The professionals that survive the next 5 years will not be the ones that claim that they can use AI. They will be the ones who can prove in front of another human that their judgment got better because of it. And most people are one question away from getting found out. The old advice for 2 years, it was simple. Learn the tools, put them on your resume, say you are AI fluent. And that advice now is actively dangerous. New data on hiring managers shows 82% are worried about AI use in applications and 88% say they can spot it. More than half now mark down a candidate for using it. The claim itself has become a red flag and not a credential. Here is the twist. It is not AI use that hiring managers distrust. It is unproven AI use. Harvard Business School and Boston Consulting Group ran a study on 858 consultants. Inside the zone AI is genuinely good at, people using it got a 40% quality boost. So that's interesting. Outside that zone, on the harder judgment calls, gets interesting. The same people were 19% points more likely to get it wrong than people using no AI at all. Standard prompt training made it worse, not better, because it built confidence without building judgment. So think about that. It gets stranger though. Researchers showed people AI-generated text next to human-written text and asked them to spot the difference. Accuracy came out at 50 to 52%. So it's a coin flip. You cannot tell good AI use from bad AI use just by looking at the output anymore. Interesting. Very interesting. Which is exactly what I've been trying to say about this information itself. It's not only your CV that it's getting harder to trust. It's the news, the research, the so-called expert advice generated and manipulated by companies that want to sell you something. And you cannot tell who wrote it or why. So, what actually works for your career and for what you choose to trust? Employers are not asking for a certificate. They're asking for 3 things over and over. Walk me through how you actually use it. Show me a time it was wrong and what you did next. And tell me what you would never hand over to it. This is a judgment test, and you cannot fake a judgment test with a polished CV, portfolio, or resume. You just can't. You have to prove yourself, right? So this is interesting as well. 29% of hiring managers say they have already caught candidates submitting AI-generated portfolio work pretending to be original. So polish is now a warning sign. Documented failure and correction is the real signal. So here is the part that people do not want to hear. And it is the whole point of today. There is no finish line, no certificate, no course, no 6 months of practice that gets you to a permanent state of AI fluency. The tools change every few months. I would say actually every few weeks they change in some shape or form. What counted as good judgment in January does not automatically count in August. Anthropic looked at nearly 10,000 real conversations and found that as the models got better, the humans using them fact-checked less, not more. Comfortable is exactly where the judgment gap is exposed and it opens back up. So the only people that stay ahead of it are the ones who accept on purpose that they will be a beginner again tomorrow and the day after for the rest of their working life. Not because they lack skill, because staying sharp with a tool that keeps changing means re-earning your own competence levels on a day-to-day basis over and over. The moment you decide you have arrived is the moment you start quietly falling behind. I'll be honest, this is exactly the thing that I've been wrestling with myself, trying to stay sharp when half of what you read online sounds copy-pasted, manipulated, or written by something with no judgment of its own, and you cannot tell which parts to trust. That's exactly why I worked with Stephen J. Manning to build Monday Influencer. Not another AI tool pretending to have answers. Real experts, vetted, giving you the information straight. So you're building your judgment on something solid instead of on whatever an algorithm decided to feed you today. And look, you must understand those algorithms are manipulated. All the stuff that you see in AI search is manipulated by someone or some business. Just like Google results, they are manipulated. If you don't understand that, then probably do some research around it or drop me a message. If any of this resonates with you, go and have a look at mondayinfluencer.com and sign up. Your real portfolio is not a list of tools that you've used. It's a record of you catching your own mistakes, adjusting, and doing it again and again and again in public, on purpose, forever. That's the thing that cannot be faked. And it's the thing that will still matter in 5 years, whatever the tools look like by then. I'm doing a video every day for 183 days to build 100,000 followers and to keep you informed. Follow for the journey.